Joining us now are Mimi and Jackie, and today we're going to be talking about all different types of leadership skills and the Reimagination Conference. Hello, and how are you both?
We're amazing. I feel like we just saw you. Maybe
You know
we
what?
kind of just did, but
maybe
not
we
really.
just did. Had you on as a guest last month, and we were talking about the Reimagination Conference, which we will touch upon today. But also, I wanted to talk about the fact that you have such a great leadership style, and the fact that you guys have combined in order to help your clients and, in essence, help the world. So, what is it about that magical connection that the two of you share that help, I guess, guide leaders forward?
I think for us, the biggest thing is we recognize and have seen all the research about the power of women leaders and how companies that are run by women leaders actually outperform companies run by men. And still only 7% of all Fortune 500 companies have female CEOs. So we need to catch up. But what we wanted to do is really wanted to take that essence and say what makes that leadership and what's the research showing. And it's this feminine energy that women have. It's the traits that are inherent to us that make us great leaders. So that's what we bring together in order to bring to our clients. And that's what we're doing at the Reimagine Conference, is kind of taking what we teach organizations and we're bringing it live for everybody.
Now, Mimi, you both collectively do a lot of speaking engagements, right? You're booked everywhere, here, there, everywhere. What is it that you're presenting, and why should someone come and watch you speak?
So we really focus on what we like to call emotional intelligence, linguistic intelligence, and relational intelligence. So everything that we do is based in that, and we will put together really engaging speaking opportunities like persuasive communication. We do things on negotiation, and really we love to teach people how to really up-level in the moment and get them really engaged. I think that's really our signature also, that when we are talking with a group, we really get people engaged and get them motivated and excited. And when they leave, they're pumped up. And it's not like they've just listened to some boring talking heads for 30 minutes. They feel like they've got something really actionable that they can start to use to improve the way they show up in their leadership or in their professional development.
I also like the fact that you're fresh. You know, like a lot of times people will take a canned speech, and every time you see them, it's the exact same words. And you're like, if you've seen them once, oh, you don't need to see them again, right? You'll see them once, you'll see them twice, but you're not going the third time because it was exactly the same redundant thing. I like that about you. You take new technology that you've researched and you implement and you make it like more cutting edge. It's like, you know what? We did all the research and this is what you need to know. This is what's current.
Yeah.
Right?
You have to be like that because the evolution of organizations is happening faster and at a faster pace than ever before. So if we're not iterating to meet them, then we're behind the times. So for us, we're always like, okay, that old hierarchical militant way of leading teams needs to be tossed out. And for any company that's still doing that, that's a problem, right? So how do you create human-focused but results-driven teams? And those things are not counterintuitive, right? They can actually work together, and that's where the magic happens.
Do you help people actually strategize on how their org chart should look? Do you get into that like nitty-gritty dirt?
We do. So one of the things we do is we will put together their leadership philosophy from the top down.
Okay.
So not only will we go in with departments and help people on teams kind of interact and with their engagement, we will also go in and speak with the top people and help them decide, how do we want our companies to run? What do we want this to look like and why? And then we put together a strategy to help them execute.
Years ago, one of the things that I really enjoyed is the entire company, no matter if you were like an entry-level clerk all the way up to the CEO, we did Stephen Covey's highly effective, and they invested in us. And still to this day, how many, 40 years later or whatever, I still remember some of those tools. So it's nice that you're also presenting some information that is like a foundation. You're helping people build on a really strong foundation. I know I'm terrible at negotiation. I'm terrible. You know why? I would give somebody the shirt off my back. That's just who I am. I'm like, oh, you need my shirt? Sure, I'll go get another shirt. Right?
And that's why you're so amazing, but it doesn't mean that you should be naked. I think that's the difference.
You need the negotiation container. We
do.
can come back on and tell you what that is.
So for me also, you know, even though I've had my company for 20 years, I know I could use your help. You know, and I have enjoyed our conversations before because it's always sometimes easier to have someone reflect back to you which you're not reflecting to yourself when I look in the mirror.
Yeah.
Right.
And you're really so skilled at that. I've watched you work with many different people now. I was like, oh yeah, I could tell. They went to go see Jackie and Mimi. I'm like, they are on the Jackie and Mimi train. What is it about that organizational foundation that, like we were talking about the foundation, why is that important?
So the foundation really is important because there needs to be consistency in the way people show up. And if there's consistency, everyone shows up as their best self. Everyone had that crazy boss that one day they'd be great and next day they'd be flying off the handle, and then you don't know how to react. So really it's about consistency, authenticity, transparency, and those are the foundations that really build psychological safety for teams.
And what happens is then people show up as themselves. They don't have to spend all of their energy trying to figure out how to play the game. They just show up as their authentic selves. And that's where productivity flourishes and innovation starts to happen and teams really gel.
We have creative chaos. I think that is our, because we're in this entertainment industry. And so sometimes they don't know, am I in a good mood? Or, I think I'm consistently nice, but I'm also consistently emotional. Like somebody can tell just by me walking in the door, oh, like what's wrong? Or like, is everything okay? But we do have a very transparent, open conversation.
That's great.
We communicate really well. Like somebody could like text me and say, oh, I'm not having a really great day or whatever. And I'll be like, okay. Well, then I found out that I'm not a good texter. Why? That okay meant like, is that okay? Or is that, oh, okay, right? So now I have to put a smiley face after it, right? So those communication things
little
are important.
nuances.
I would have never known that, though, if we didn't have that open dialogue. And I think that's really important in
That's
an organization.
relational intelligence.
And I learned that from them.
Yes.
They
Yeah,
told
see?
me. I was
Exactly.
like, oh, okay. So they check me on when I do well. And, have I thrown my shoes off, my heels, like if I'm really like mad and like stomping fit of anger? I have. I've kicked my heels off once in a while, but like not at anybody, right? Just at myself. You guys are so delightful and so intelligent, and I really do appreciate you. Tell us what is in store for the people that are going to be attending the Reimagine Conference.
Well, we're really excited about so many things with the Reimagine Conference, but the biggest thing is our keynote speaker. Her name is Unjanita Prevost. She's flying in from London, and she has a fantastic story. She was aged out of foster care with $20 in her pocket. Wow. And she used the power of what she calls social capital to really network her way through the entertainment industry, wound up becoming Janet Jackson's body double, among other things, and built $1 million business. So she is going to be our keynote speaker, and she'll be talking about how to be the most recognized person in the room.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
Yes.
Super fun.
So everyone who comes will get to learn and be inspired. And the biggest part for us is we are going to be doing intentional networking so that everyone has an opportunity to meet and collaborate. Because we know you're there to learn, also to do business, right? We're adults, we need to do business, and so we want everyone to feel that opportunity to do that. And it's kind of like walking into the Donna Drake show, where you feel like you walk into someone's living room.
Yeah,
Thank you.
Right?
You feel
There's
very
the
warm.
warmth of that, and that's what we're creating. Even one of the things, if you come and register and you're coming alone, there's a box. It's like, are you coming alone, and would you like a networking buddy? And they check yes, and then what we'll do is we're gonna group people together so no one has to feel uncomfortable. You're coming to my home. I want you to
Expect
feel
a hug from us.
and make sure that you feel like you're not doing this alone. And that's really the stage that we're setting and the atmosphere that we want to create.
And there's lots of ways to participate, whether it's through sponsorship or I'm helping with the team of raffle prizes. There's going to be amazing raffles.
Yep.
And it's going to be fun.
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to that. You have one of your main sponsors, Bethpage Federal Credit Union.
Yes.
Wow.
They're incredible, and they were just recognized this weekend for the 3 different big philanthropic programs that they are launching. And why we're so happy to have them on board, but one of the things that makes me happiest is when we go to Bethpage Federal, we have our ambassador meetings there, which Donna is on. Thank you, Donna.
You're welcome.
And when we go every month, you walk in, and I know you feel this, you walk in, everyone's like, good morning, hi, good morning. Everyone's happy. People stay there. People love to work there. And that's the culture we try to emulate when we go into other companies. So to have them as our sponsor is really a representation of what we believe in, and that really all comes together.
One of the things that you do as well is that if you physically cannot be with someone to coach them, you will do online for them. So literally anybody in the world could work with you.
We have companies that we work with internationally.
Yes.
So all around the world, we work with organizations. We work with people in person here on Long Island. We work with them nationally, internationally. wherever we need to be, we go.
Yeah, it's the beauty of the digital world that we have now, because you can make an impact no matter how far you are. It really is about the message that you're delivering and how you deliver it.
And I love that you're equally yoked. Do you know what I mean by that? You're individuals, and yet you're also a team. I'm looking forward to seeing you guys June 11th, and the name of that conference is?
The Reimagine Conference. Yes.
And we hope that you'll join us. There are tickets, and you could go to the online site. You could sign up to be a sponsor, donate raffle prizes. People are coming in from all over the world, meeting here, actually right across the street from my studio. So hope to see you then. Be well.